On that day I started data collection, which mostly means waiting. But I also have some company, mainly from mosquitoes, but also from some friendlier souls, like a golden tortoise beetle, here the view from below, or a golden shimmering carpenter ant, and another partly golden creature. This is a jumping spider, which is known to be a predator specialized on ants, like the matabele ants I am studying. What I was waiting for was for ants to leave the nest so I can catch and individually mark them with a color code. This makes it possible to follow the same ants multiple times, and it also helps with spotting them through the grass. Then I had to wait again for a marked scout to come out again. But this time I'm also joined by grasshoppers and butterflies. Finally, a marked ant came out. That means jumping up and starting to film the scout with a steady hand to determine where she's going and what she's doing. But because the tall grass occludes the view to the ant too much, we have to cut the vegetation short around the nest. Machete action part 2. On a scale from 1 to 10-minute egg, how done are you?
I would say pretty much I'm a 10-minute egg. I'm a 10-minute egg. I'm on the verge to disintegrate.
So I think we're going to call it a day now or in 10 minutes. I'd vote for now. And let us help tomorrow to clear out the whole 20-meter radius around the nest to have a good view. On the next day, not much was going on. I just had to hark the dry grass in with cutting-edge technology. As opposed to the ant nest at the field station, after lunch there is always something going on. Be it deep conversations about politics and biology,
länger eine Spezies Zeit hatte, sich anzupassen an ein Habitat, desto effizienter muss sie doch geworden sein.
card and dice games,
Yeah, you have 11.
or the occasional partie of boule. After all, there are currently also 3 French people at the station. Today it's Eric's birthday, and because he's the de facto leader of the station, we're having a big party tonight. Eric had purchased a lamb from the nearby village to celebrate this occasion, but alas, it ripped itself free from the tree it was tied to and ran into the savannah. 6 in the morning the next day, and I'm having a good start of the field day. I hope I don't nap in while watching the ant nest.
What went into, what made those big wins? Look at it and I said, well, I guess I must have had a bunch of wins.
3 hours later and nothing has happened, no data so far today, and I don't think it's gonna get better this evening, but let's see. Yeah, that's just behavioral field work. I know why I usually do things in the lab. I realized that I had missed a lot of scouts leaving the nest, and especially when I was already filming another one, I never knew which other scouts or raids went out or came in. With the help of Martin, I was thus building a plastic barrier around our observational nests to only let ants out when we allow them to. Let's see how that worked. Ah.
Yes. There's something white.
That's something.
Okay, let's open up the gates.
A quite peculiar looking ant, I was thinking at first. But this is in fact a spider, a jumping spider to be precise. They are mimicking this ant genus, the heartgaster ant. Many different jumping spiders around the world mimic a specific ant species, because not many things like to eat ants. And here is another one, mimicking my matabele ants, or a close relative.
Good news! 2 days ago or so, some workers of the station just randomly found the sheep again while they were going to the next village on their motorbikes. So yeah, that's why we're having the sheep today instead of on Eric's birthday. And there is the beauty.
Stories how only life can write them. Thus we still get our meat, and lots of it. This is very special here, since we only see a tiny bit of meat on our plates once per week.
And it rained tonight, so I am of high hopes that today the activity will be much higher and we can get a lot of filmings in. It will be the first kind of good day today. And yes, there are 3 marked and 1 unmarked, another marked over there, and another one. Wow, that's nice. And another one. Okay, let's set up. Okay, so now I had successfully followed an individual, a marked ant, for about 20 minutes until I had lost her again. But she also almost ran into the uncleared area outside our 20-meter radius, so probably would have lost her anyway. Yeah, don't really know what to do about that. The craziest thing just happened. So I opened the gate and I let a scout out, but then at the exact same time another scout also went out, and I didn't want to lock the other scout that I was not filming out, so I just left the gate open. Anyway, then I was filming this triple white scout pretty far, for like 5 meters, and then I saw that there was a raid going on right like a meter or so next to where the scout was. I was like, huh, fun. They're going roughly in the same direction. Maybe they're going to the same food source. And then as it happened, this is the raid, this is the triple white scout, and they were just meeting. So the scout joined the foraging, the raid column, and yeah, followed the raid until the food source. And then what scouts usually do, if this is the food source, then the scout went around like this in a half circle back and forth all the time, while the other ones were opening up the termite things and killing them and collecting them. And so I thought, okay, yeah, the scout is done, just part of the raid. But no, as soon as the other ants of the whole raid was getting ready to go back to the nest, the triple white scout just went away and did not follow the raid column. So she did her own thing again, which I think hasn't been observed until now. This is pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think I will ever record this or see this again, because it's just a chance occurrence. But yeah, it's interesting that it tells us that the scout, it knows that it is scouting on her own, and when she joins a raid, she just helps out, and then afterwards she's like, okay, I'm done here, I'm gonna go back to what I did before, that is scouting for new nest sources. But then she also kind of went back more or less straight to the nest. Success! This is the first long scout trip that I have filmed. I have to say, it takes a bit of energy to follow the scout around, because she's relatively slow in comparison to our walking speed, so you have to tread very lightly and slowly, because she is easily startled by anything that moves around her. And then you have to hold the camera still. Holding the camera for 30 minutes or more. Oof, it's yeah. And the toughest thing is that you have to keep your focus on the ant, because she will oftentimes disappear under some grass or something lying on the ground. And so, you know, I just lost the ant a few times because I couldn't pay attention like in a very focused manner, like meditating. It's just so boring staring at a patch of grass with nothing happening, and you have to be really vigilant, because she could like hide very well under the leaf or the grass, and then come out like a half a meter away from where you saw her the last time. So it's tough, but I think I'm getting there.